Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 199. Wait. 199? You mean to tell me tomorrow we've done 200 of these here podcast episodes? Holy hell, does time fly when you're having fun. Can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by today on this beautiful Tuesday of bets, also known as so you don't have to check your calendar for the first time today. First time, January the 11th, 1111, 2022, 1 + 1 = 2. Look at all the coinky dinkies happening here this morning. Once again, thank you so much for for stopping by. Before we get into today's loaded show, please, my friends, take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL Pod on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping from the crew like the Wise Words podcast tomorrow on this here YouTube channel at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Or if you're watching on one of our social media platforms, hit that like button, hit that follow button there so you never miss any of our additional social media content. Or if you're listening to the pod, make sure you hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast directory if you haven't already, as we always release the audio of every show after each episode is complete. Next item up on the docket, if you could be so kind, you can find it in your heart to do so while you're watching today's show. Hey, go ahead, hit that like button too. Leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat. If you are watching live, maybe hit that share button too. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the other side of the damn globe as you, but you would refer to as a good old-fashioned ticket cash and degenerate, because that's what we are here at the TTL Pod, and we can't thank you enough when you do all of those things, because it only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, make sure you head on over to this episode's description, where you will find the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will locate talkingtheline.com website, all of the TTL Crew social platforms, and all of our additional content so you can consume all of that jazz in one convenient location, however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful gambling people, joining us for episode number 199. I still can't believe I'm saying that. I am your humbled, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Colton, Captain Colt Sroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my partner, get some picks, get some insights, some analysis, a couple of laughs, a little bit of motivation, maybe get serious along the way, but that serious little bit there, that's going to be few and far between. You know, when you come here, it's good vibes inbound. It's mental vacation time to unplug from the wild toxicity that our world can be sometime and get wild with the TTL crew. Without further ado, I've said TTL crew, I've said us, I've said we, I've said partner far too many times without acknowledging the presence of the man that is sitting to my left on every single episode of this here pod. You know him around these parts as the man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, and folks, around this time of the year, you must not ever forget the TTL crew's resident Southsider and cheesehead himself, Mr. Riley. I was going to say Cheesehead Faithful. Sorry for the little mishap there. The Cheesehead Faithful himself, Mr. Riley, RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, I'm doing fantastic over here, despite that little mishap as far as my cheesehead fandom over there.
Cheesehead Faithful, same shit, whatever.
Hey, same thing. But I'm doing fantastic, my man. It is a nice, beautiful day, at least inside of our apartments here in the Windy City. Ooh. I am feeling pretty damn good, my man. A hell of a game last night. I know it didn't go the way your Tide wanted it to go, but at least exciting, entertaining game, at least as far as I saw it. But how are you doing over there, my man? I'm doing great.
As if you even have to ask. TERRIFIC, son. Spectacular on this side of the screen. Outside of my Crimson Tide having an unceremonious finish to the season. I mean, I guess I can let the Bulldogs have one. You can't win every single one of them every time you show up to the doggone event. So, fourth quarter kind of got away from us. That's what happens sometimes in those games. It was back and forth for all three, and then the fourth quarter, man, that blitz. Bulldogs blitz just kept coming, and then finally it just was too much for our offense come the fourth quarter.
And we can get into it more at the second half, but not having John Mechie and then losing Jamison Williams and whatever. I don't know if that was first quarter or second quarter. I mean, Saban was honestly like rotating receivers as the game went on, trying to find someone that could have a cohesive and coherent and consistent connection with Bryce Young, and it wasn't there. So We'll get into that in the second half. I am sure of that, though.
Most definitely. We'll talk about all of that. We got plenty of other nonsense. The NFL news, Black Monday, all of that coming out. Andrew Luck coming out of the woodwork out of nowhere. We got to talk about that in the second half of the show. There's plenty of news, rumors, nonsense that we'll talk about that nobody else is talking about in the way that we can talk about it. But for the first half of the show, as per usual, we'll have RMags Best Bets, my best bets. We got actually 11 picks coming here, guys, this way today. We got a loaded card from the both of us. Twofer Tuesday Parlay. We'll recap all of that after we get through all of today's picks, our special play. Recap all of that nonsense, and then we'll dive into the Moneyline Dice roll of the day, college basketball matchup in the sites. They're looking at the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens against the Drexel Dragons. We'll wait to get to that segment to find out who's favored, who's the dog, what the total's at, what everything is going on. But shout out, as per usual, to the Moneyline Dice. Yes. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Already talked about the second half of the show. We'll get into that second half of the show after all of that previously mentioned jazz is complete. But before we do anything, us being a full transparency show, we never hide them from you. We never run from them. We're in this for the long term, so if you're rocking with us, you better be ready to rock and roll through thick and thin. Partner had one hell of a day yesterday. I owe you some apologies, but I'm going to have to sit on a soapbox. What am I talking about? Yesterday's best bets from the TTL crew for what was a gorgeous Monday of bets for one of us, January the 10th, 2021. 2022. Sorry, I'm still doing it. 2022. I know you guys are too. Don't judge me. All right, partner, I need to yield back for a second, collect my thoughts before I just fly off the handle here. 2-0 day for you. My guy, Ja'Cory Brooks, coming out of nowhere at the back end of the game to get over 45.5 to 47. He just got over it, and Georgia handling business in the fourth quarter. What say you overall on your two best bets of the day?
Yeah, I mean, it was sweaty, man. I certainly am not sitting like a genius. It was sweaty. Ja'Cory Brooks, I mentioned, from the damn grave, down 2 scores after the interception, picks up 31. Apologies if you took it on FanDuel, didn't have the chance to catch it on DraftKings over at 45.5 or anywhere else that was 47.5. But had 15 yards going into the final minute of the game, and then I don't know why. I mean, he dominated the last drive in garbage time when it didn't matter. I don't know why they just decided, hey, now's the time. We have no other choice. We got to throw it to him, and then he kind of dominates. So I don't really know why they didn't do that throughout more of the game. He was out there to start the game, man, and then it looked like he got benched for a while. I didn't think he was going to come back at all because it looked like he got benched after the first quarter and a half or so of doing absolutely nothing. So. Props to that guy for taking care of it. Almost had the goofy bobble from Latu touchdown to him. That would have been electric, but nonetheless, I digress, my friend. Take it away.
Hey, either way, even if he would have caught it for the touchdown, the Pepperdine Waves did not take care of business against the Toreros from the University of San Diego. So the Monday Madness parlay right above us did not make it to the pay window. Our apologies on that one. My sincerest apologies for my 1-3 day. I went back last night. I got up extra early this morning. I took my time. I got a 6-0 clean sweep coming your way today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no other question. If I don't clean sweep this board, something is wrong with the world. I took way more time than I usually do. We are sweeping today. But let me tell you a little bit about this. Winthrop, -4. Whatever books, everyone on the market has the audacity to kick up a team by 1.5. They closed as -5.5 point favorites, and they only won by 2 points. I have no idea why that happened. I have no idea. That line movement makes no sense in the world as to why they didn't at least get that done by 6, if not by a boatload more.
Yeah.
They just, bottom line, point blank period, couldn't get it done in the waning moments. We have been on the opposite side, my friends, on the +4.5, +5.5 dog in those waning moments, and the dog just simply can't get in the back door to make the cover happen, or they allow the favorite to slip away. But of course, the time that Colt bets on the fucking favorite in that spot, it completely flip-flops. So, enough me trying to, I tell you guys, I'm not a spot guy. That's why I'm not a spot guy, because you start to see, oh yeah, this is the spot, that's the spot. Look what happens. Army. Not feeling bad at all about that one. A lot of other people that I respect in the industry were like, what in the world is going on with that line? Give me Army +9. They had an 8-point lead at one point in time, had a 3-point deficit going into halftime, and then lost the game by 19. Can't fucking explain it to you at all. 2 games ago, they were high flying. Shit, they looked at like Phi Slamma Jamma Houston back in the day, for crying out loud. I mean, they looked electric, and then they come out against Colgate, who has underwhelmed across the board. They are not last year's team, and they lay an egg. I don't understand it. Wofford, -3, was the right side for 39 minutes and 30 seconds of this fucking game. In the last 30 seconds, Wofford said, we're going to just stop playing, erase a 10-point deficit, and they lose by 4. Wow, isn't that a coincidence and a half? And then, oh, hey, the one winner of the day, Pac-12, Oregon State +4.5. That was the one I was honestly the least confident in, because we had a couple of guys that I respect have Oregon minus the 4.5. But as the day went on, the line didn't go anywhere. Oregon was getting boatloads of money dumped on them, and the line wasn't going anywhere. So I got a little bit more confident as the day went on, and sure as shit, I was confident in all 4 of my plays, overly confident, and maybe just too much overly confident, and Oregon State's the only one that got there. So my sincerest apologies, but no apologies needed from the Moneyline Dice. Alcorn State -1. I ended up adding that to my card, put a full unit on it, and that bad boy got to the pay window. Easy money as well. Ended up adding Alabama A&M from the Monday Madness parlay too, and cash money.
Yes, sir.
I love that as well. A little swag
Alabama A&M Bulldogs, dude. Give me a break. How could you not take that yesterday?
Dude, that's just like the perfect storm, if you will, of this team has to cover in this situation. The Georgia Bulldogs playing the Alabama Crimson Tide in the national championship, and you have an Alabama A&M Bulldogs team on the college basketball
Can't
hardwood.
make this shit up.
Come on, you can't make this shit up. Get out of Dodge. So if you played us all the way across the board, 3 and 3 day, 4 and 3 day with the Moneyline Dice, so that's still fucking positive. If you do a quarter unit on the Monday Madness Parlay, then you're probably still up positive all the way units. I didn't play all the way across the board, so I broke pretty much dead even after I played everything all together. So I'm tired of that bullshit. My friends, look. Okay, look. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it no more, all right? I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of coming to this show saying, broke even. I'm up a half a unit, 0.75 units on the day. That's not what I'm in this game for. I'm not in this game to just make a little bit of scratch in the pocket. I'm in this game to bankrupt every book on the damn market. So I said it once. I've said it twice. I'll say it a third time here on this show. I got 6 plays coming today, all from the college basketball hardwood, and you better pull your damn brooms out of the closet because it's a clean sweep coming up quick, fast, and in a hurry. My partner, 5 picks coming from that man over there today. That guy, 5 best bets of the day. He's got 3 from the college basketball hardwood, 2 from the NBA hardwood. So get ready to rock and roll for those. And then Twofer Tuesday Parlay, little interesting on this one here today, actually.
Oh, yeah.
We are picking out a game that kicks off the college basketball slate. We found a side on that one, a spread. And then we're picking out a game that closes the college basketball slate, and we got a spread on that one as well. So favorite on the one that opens the slate, and a dog on the one that closes the slate. But you got to stick around to find out who exactly is today's Twofer Tuesday Parlay leg teams of the day. For now, partner, anything else from your side of the screen? Nope, that's not what the hell I wanted to put in there. I do apologize. Like an example like that. I wanted to put this.
Actually, just across the desk, the MLB and the MLB Players Association plan to hold a bargaining session Thursday. MLB is expected to make a core economics proposal at the session, which would be the first between the sides since the league locked out the players on December 2nd.
Here's
my thoughts. Get this damn thing over. Go ahead.
Players are going to hear that economic hootawada big words you used over there, and they're going to go, here you go, MLB. Have a great day. We'll see you back in a month. They don't give a damn about. They're going to offer them the bare minimum. But the thing is like I was reading some of Jet Passon stuff, and we could talk about this in the second half too.
Yeah, that's who I just saw that from. Yep.
Yeah, all right. MLB stuff. I was reading some of his stuff about late last week, and he had some really interesting stuff we can talk about on it. As kind of far as like both sides need to kind of give in here in order for something to happen. He's not worried about baseball being canceled so far, but we still kind of got to talk about it just a little bit. So got that to talk about. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leans over on my side of the thing we can talk about. Always important TTL announcements. I'm excited to see what you got cooked up for Tuesday's sidebar. We've been getting fucking weird last couple of days. Your boy's been hotter than hot on trivia. Now, if I could just transfer my trivia skills over to my gambling skills,
there you go.
We'd be fucking cooking right along, my friend.
100%.
So
100%. Definitely keeping movie Mondays, and then the music on Thursdays for sure. I'm testing something out today. But we'll see. We'll see.
Hey,
you gotta get the other days straightened out here, ironed out, figured out.
I enjoy being a guinea pig, pal. Let's
All
rock and roll. I have circled, triple starred, double starred, triple underlined the movie for next Monday that I'm going to tell you guys about.
Ooh, okay.
I'm ready to rock and roll for that already. So get juice. We got some new stuff happening here in
Today's
the
book
sidebar.
club. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, well, whatever. Fine. Aaron Rodgers book club. That would be electric.
you think hey,
actually, okay. One final thing here before we get into the meat and bones. Our guest of the day, wise words for tomorrow. Shameless plug. Drops 12 p.m. Central Standard Time on our YouTube. He wrote a book. Not going to tell you the name of it because, we always like to keep our guests secret until it drops right at 12 because you'd easily be able to look it up and find out who it is. But he wrote a book, and I read the intro and the foreword last night. Holy fucking shit.
Nice. Did he resend it? Because I know I saw your email that it was messed up first time.
He resent it, so it's all good to go now. Cool. But I don't know where I was going with the book. There was something in addition to that book. Gosh darn it, I'll think about it later.
Crazy storyteller though.
Yeah, absolutely electric. Well, I'm sure that's something I'll remember what was going in the second half of the show. I can't remember what we were just talking about though. But I'll remember it all. For now, we need to focus on cashing some damn tickets. So, Cut the gossip, quit the banner, and stop the drama. You could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL Pod for the Stone Cold Locks, picks, insights, and analysis. Yeah, diving into the occasional rabbit hole along the way as evidence of the intro of this show already here today. But most importantly, running tickets straight to the pay window with the TTL crew all day and night long. So without further ado, my friends, it is time to kick things off. The first segment of the day, RMags. Best bets of the day. Turn your volume way up. Lock in, listen in, get ready for nothing but stone cold facts, insights, knowledge, and analysis. But before you can do any of that, I need you to lift your mug up way high in the air. Cheers to me, cheers to you over there, partner. And all you beautiful people sipping the black elixir of the gods on this gorgeous Tuesday of bets. Take your sip and, partner, not yet. Hold on.
That was supposed to look like a lot closer. We both did the same thing. That was supposed to look a lot closer, close. Like I was on the edge of the screen, but it ended up being not even close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. So get your go-go juice ready to rock and roll, partner. Let it rip, let them have it, and as always, you have the floor.
Alrighty, my man. First one on tap. I'll get us kicked off in college basketball here.
Lock and load.
First one I really, really like, and if you've been following these teams fairly closely, you might be a little surprised by this, or at least if you're following them kind of on the surface. I'm going to Miami and Florida State. This one is at Florida State today. I am taking the Seminoles, and I am laying the 6.5 points at home with the Seminoles. And I know it might sound a little concerning with the way that you may have seen them lately, but a lot of those struggles, almost all of those struggles, have been on the road. You and I have talked about it, partner. Went into Wake Forest a week or so ago. Got absolutely, actually, it might have been exactly a week ago on Tuesday because it was Twofer Tuesday. Went into Wake Forest, got absolutely destroyed there. They have since bounced back at home against Louisville, a team that is ranked a little bit higher per KenPom than Miami. And I think they take care of business today against a Miami team, partner. This just is a big, fat, stinking trap in my eyes. You have a team that has rattled off 9 straight wins and is coming off of a win at Duke. A win at Duke to cap off a 9-game win streak, and you're telling me they're a plus 6.5 point dog. Do I need to bring the old Dave Chappelle Tyrone free crack giveaway at 5 o'clock? Gift, because that's what, again, this feels like to me, partner. It feels like you're running into a big, fat, stinky trap if you're back in this Miami Hurricanes team here. Sure. They've been solid. They've been solid in a lot of spots, but they are 82nd ranked team per KenPom. I think we're going to start seeing some regression starting tonight, especially on the road. I think they can still probably take care of business in a lot of spots at home. On the road here, even in a short road trip here to Florida State, I think they struggle. I mentioned they're 82 per KenPom overall. Florida State is actually 46. So again, 8-5 straight up. 8-5 straight up on the entire season. They're 5-1 straight up at home. So I mentioned all of their struggles, if not all of their struggles, have come on the road. They did lose to a Syracuse team at home, but that is a tough matchup for Florida State as far as the way they stack up. Apples to oranges here against Miami. Already mentioned that Miami win streak. Miami 201, 201st ranked team ADE, partner, adjusted defensive efficiency. I think we see that on display tonight. And Florida State's defense, although it's not world beaters, but it is solid. They neutralize a lot of what Miami does well on offense because Miami is a solid offensive team, but it is a case where Florida State neutralizes what they do on offense. So I'll kick it off to some trends, but I really like the Seminoles in this spot. I think they're going to start heating up. I think they get some of those road issues shored up, but we're obviously not too concerned about that tonight. As far as some trends, 7-1 Florida State is ATS last 8 home games versus a team with a winning road record. That's what we have here today. 7-1 ATS last 27 Tuesday games, partner, compared to a Miami team that is 1-4 their last 5 ATS on Tuesday. Between these twos, what is this one in Spanish? Martes. Okay.
Lunes,
it's been about a decade since I've taken Spanish classes, but
here you go. Ready? Quick Spanish lesson. You ready?
It.
Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo.
So, yep.
Las 10 de la semana. Las 10 de la semana.
Perfect. Last thing, as I close it out here, Florida State, partner, has won all 7 of the last 7 games between these two teams, and the last 3 have been by at least 17 points. They have been absolutely destroying this Hurricanes team. The last 3 were double-digit favorite spots. Now you have a hot Miami team. They had to kick it back down to 6.5. No way you can open up a double-digit spread in this spot. That'd be a little too obvious if you ask me. But I think 6.5, as much as it seems like a lot of points, I think they lay the hammer down. Give me the Seminoles minus 6.5 tonight.
I like it. I also think it's a big fat trap spot here for the Hurricanes, who just knocked off Duke were they on the road or was it?
It was on the road too. Yeah,
so
not even at home.
Yeah, so now they become underdogs. Florida State has had their struggles, but on the road, you mentioned that. Right. So everything all encompassing, you said, man, I really like it, and obviously a little sprinkle of the Tuesday trends there. That'll get me all the way in the boat. So I got a half unit on it. I'm ready to rock and roll. Well, let's get this bad boy to the pay window. I'll help you row the boat, dog. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. First best bet of the day, Florida State Seminoles, minus 6.5. You hear T back there going wild. Old Matilda back there with her fucking mas. The old mas. Whatever, man. If I had her in here, let me tell you this. She wants to be in here is the deal. If I had her in here, the little witch would be unplugging every wire I possibly got, and it would just be an absolute mess. So you guys can hear her out there. You can wish this to your maybe episode 200 a little special Tilly side. Hey, who knows? Who knows?
How about a home and home here on my side of things? I got
maybe a little fuzz side.
Yeah, about 9:45 knocks out for the next about 5 hours. Up until that point, he's a yapping.
Not
yapping
this one.
Fool.
She never stops. Either way. Second best bet of the day from you, partner. We told you rabbit holes are coming. You better lock in. You better get ready.
All right, final two actually from the college slate, going to the Big 12, partner. I do think this one is a kind of a letdown spot and almost a little bit of a trap after what they just did. Not quite as glaring as I think the previous one that I just talked about was, but I'm going to OK State at West Virginia, and I'm taking the -3, laying the points at home with the Mountaineers. Again, not as glaring. I do think I am ready for a sweat on this one. I am fully prepared for a sweat. But this OK State team is coming off of a home win at home against a really solid ranked team in Texas. Beat them 64-51 at home. Now I see this as being a little bit of a letdown spot. And as a 3-point dog, I think it is a little bit of a trap here. But like I said, I do think it's going to be a little bit sweaty finish here. But West Virginia, 9-0 straight up at home. I really trust them and the old Press Virginia Mountaineers at home. They really, really dial it up here at home this year. And historically, for that matter, they have a suffocating defense, 25 in ADE, 25th ranked in the country, and they defend the three-point ball really, really well. And OK State is a really bad point shooting team, so OK State is not going to be able to get out to any sort of lead from that department because that is one spot. If you have a very good three-point shooting team, that has been an issue for West Virginia. OK State's defense, on the other hand, is actually really solid, but still not on the same level as West Virginia. And I give an edge to West Virginia in the offensive department, 89th in AOE, adjusted offensive efficiency to 128th ranked for OK State. So I see this coming down to probably some free throws at the end. Going to take West Virginia to knock down some free throws to get this cover. Sure. Like I said, I am prepared for a sweat for this one, partner. Fully prepared. But to close it out with some trends, WVU 4-1 last 5 following a straight up win. That's what we have in our hands here today. And OK State 1-6 ATS last 7 versus a team with a winning straight up record. So when they are in this spot, they have not been very profitable at all. Give me the Mountaineers at home to take care of business. You mentioned it, partner, early in the week, or yesterday, as far as these guys back on campus, these students back on campus. This is a really, really important one in my eyes, and this place is going to be rocking. These matchups are typically pretty tight, so give me the -3 with the Mountaineers for my second one of the day, partner.
I absolutely love this play. It's a beautiful day to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be. I'll be in the boat with you as well on this one. I think this is a classic letdown spot for OK State out of anything. Just went to Texas. Or no, they were at home. Texas came to them, and they beat them by 13. So that was pretty impressive for them to do. But I think now the big boys come to town, and or they got to go to the big boys, rather. Right. And if Huggy Bear and the boys were having to go to Stillwater, I definitely think we would be talking opposite, but with this being in West Virginia, remind me again, where is that at? Their
Morgantown, West Virginia.
Morgantown, that's right. I knew it started with an M. Morgantown, and come on, I call myself a West Virginia fan. Get the hell out of here. Morgantown.
I just want to sing the song, dude.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Mags take us to the window with the Mountaineers, -3. Second best bet of the day coming from Mags now. Number 3, good sir.
Alrighty, number 3, mentioned I'm sticking to the Big 12. Going to the total this time around, partner, Texas Tech and Baylor. I said I was staying away from the Red Raiders on Saturday. They ended up winning outright against Kansas. I had no problems with that, but they are still without Terrence Shannon, leading scorer, and their second leading scorer, Kevin McCullough, is questionable for this one. Whether he's in or out, I still like this one because both these teams, partner, are top 10 ADE teams. Both these teams play a very, very, very tough defense. Baylor, arguably, you can make the argument that they are the best defensive team in the country. I believe they come in ranked 5th ADE, and Texas Tech at 7. If I might have that backwards, I did not write them down. I said they're both top 10. I feel like that point hammers it home pretty well enough.
Yeah,
I see this game going a couple different ways. I wanted the 12 with Texas Tech, but without those scorers or even Terrence Shannon, I think Baylor's defense could be pretty suffocating in this. And even without those two guys, Texas Tech over the last couple of games has proved that they can play a really, really good style of defensive play here. That loss that they had to Iowa State, it was 47-51. Still played fantastic defense on the road, and then at home held Kansas down to 67. So I see this game going one of two different ways. They either keep this low scoring both ways, and it's a no sweat under. Both teams have a pretty low scoring effort, or Baylor, without these scores, Baylor kicks the teeth in on Texas Tech and keeps them at a crazy low number, and Baylor could get it to 70. It could be a 70-50 game, and this game stays way under. So I either see a really close, low scoring game or just a blowout with Texas Tech not being able to put the ball in the basket at all, partner. The under for Texas Tech, 4-0 last 4 following a straight up win, 4-0 last 4 on Tuesday. 6-1 last 7 overall to the under. 6-1 last 7 overall to the under. My notes were kind of messing me up there. 5-2 last 7 as a dog. So I really like Texas Tech in this spot. Baylor, because they are the defensive team, they've had a lot of totals set a little bit lower than they typically should. But I don't think that's the case here with Texas Tech. I think it should be even lower. I think it should be in the 120s. So I love this one. It has since lost the hook down to 135. Still love it right there, partner. I like it all the way down to 134, honestly. But yeah, give me this under for my third and final college basketball bet of the day. Texas Tech Baylor under 135.5.
So for those of you who are picky and finicky and need to be accurate about everything, the Texas Tech Red Raiders do rank 5th in adjusted defensive efficiency, and Baylor are 7th in adjusted defensive efficiency. So, hey, I think that plays even more into the fact of what you were just all talking about there. Texas Tech shows up against the Sick'em Bears here today. Partner, I'm going to let you have all of this one, though. These totals, especially in the 130s, I got no feel for them whatsoever, left, right, and center, and I don't want to be a mush for you. I really don't want to do it. So you take it all, wrap it up on your college basketball card, Texas Tech versus Baylor, under 135.5. He says it's already lost the hook down to 135, boys and girls. You better get with the action quick, fast, and in a hurry. Keep your Nikes on, keep your Jordans on, whatever you prefer. Maybe the Adidases, maybe the Reeboks. I'm not here to judge. Maybe the Kyries. I don't know. What I do know is that Mags is now going to the NBA hardwood, and he's got 2 best bets coming at you. Mags, if you would be so kind, please keep this proverbial podcast train steaming on down the tracks with your 4th best bet of the day.
All right, partner, I am really excited to watch this game, let alone have some action on this game. Warriors and Grizzlies. This is a big spectacle game. Excuse me. I'm going to the Grizzlies plus 2.5, down to 2 where I am seeing it right now. Warriors are going to be potentially without, once again, we have not talked about this, that funny business as far as the old Draymond Green getting the 2-second start and then getting the hell out of there. Interested to see what they settled those on as far as certain books, as far as his props. I think I saw you having some type of reaction to that. Regardless, he ain't going to be doing, I think he's going to be out. I'm not trying to do any assumptions as far as injuries. I do think he's going to be out, but even if he's in, I'm still fine with that. But he ain't going to be doing any 2-second start and then out of here for this game tonight. So they're potentially without him. Gary Payton II, who is actually really improved and is a solid bench player. He's questionable, though, as well as Otto Porter. So beyond that, in a different spot, if this Grizzlies team was a 2-point dog at home against any other team, I would probably take the other side because the Grizzlies are on a 9-game win streak. They are smoking hot right now, but they're playing the Golden State Warriors, everyone's favorite team to bet on right now. And Klay Thompson is back in town. Oh my gosh, they're only a 2-point favorite on the road to the Grizzlies. I know the Grizzlies are good, but it's the Warriors and Klay Thompson. I'm fading all of that action today, and I'm taking the team that's won 9 straight games, and they're playing at home against or with a really, really successful style of offense right now. This Warriors offense, on the other hand, partner, 96 points or less their last 3 games. Even with, I know they played the Cavs last game, but that's still 3 straight games of 96 or less. And this Grizzlies team won 18 or more in 5 of their last 6, let alone on this 9-game win streak. So I'm back in the hot offense. I'm fading the cold offense. I know Klay Thompson is there. I have got a lot of Warriors action for the entire season, partner, but I am fading all of them today for the Grizzlies. They are 6-0 last 6 following a straight-up win. 5-0 last 5 on Tuesday, partner. 10-1 last 11 as a dog. 6-2, and this is all ATS, by the way. 6-2 ATS last 8 on 1 day's rest. And the Golden State Warriors, 3-8-1 last 12 following a straight-up win, and 1-3-1 last 5 as a road favorite. Give me the Grizzlies plus 2.5 or plus 2 wherever you are seeing it right now.
I do believe you're on the right side. I believe you're in the right spot, especially with a couple of those closing trends. The Warriors have just not been good road favorites as of late, but I don't want to mush this one for you. I'm going to stay away from it. This was the side I was leaning to. I saw it at 1.5 last night. It's gone up to 2.5. It was at 1 in some spots. I don't really know. I firmly believe you're on the right spot, though. But again, don't want to mush it for you, so I'm going to stay away from this one. Your first NBA best bet, your 4th total best bet of the day, the Memphis Grizzlies plus 2.5. Partner, could you please indulge us all? What is your final best bet of the day? Number 5.
Number 5, finish it off in the NBA. I've got all home teams today, partner. How about that action? I'm feeling good about it. Actually, I guess I got 1 total. So 4 of my 5 are home teams, obviously. All right. Number 5, I am going to the Suns and Raptors. I am taking the Raptors at home plus the 4 in this one. As good as the Suns are, I think this is a tough spot for them to be in right now. They're missing a few guys still. Looks like they might get a couple guys out, but as far as depth, they are still missing a few guys. And again, this team getting only 4 points. I feel like honestly, I'm not coming to here saying that this is a trap in the Suns, but I do feel like that seems a little bit too good to be true. So I will sprinkle that on top of there as far as the 30-9 straight up Suns, right? But this Raptors team, partner, is on fire right now. Fred VanVleet, my man, is putting together an all-star case, and he's leading this team into a playoff case by that matter as well. 20-17 straight up now. They are on fire. They have won 6 straight games and scored 116 or more in 5 of those 6 games, partner. And this Suns offense coming in a big goal the last 2. 106 points scored, 100 points last 2, and they are 1-1 in those 2 games. Coming off of a loss to the Heat, 100-123. So a bit of a rough defensive performance in that one as well. But I see this Raptors team continuing things at home despite no fans. Last time I saw them, they did not have any fans up there in Toronto. But that is not concerning to me in this one at all. They are 8-1 ATS their last 9 at home in that stadium. 6-1 last 7 on 1 day's rest. And the Suns are 4-10 last 14. This is all ATS last 14 on 2 days rest. 0-5 last 5 ATS versus a team with a winning record, which the Toronto Raptors currently do have after this 6-game win streak. Love the Raptors to take care of business here in this spot, partner, and light it up once again on the offensive end of the floor. Give me the Raptors plus 4 to close myself out for the day, my friend.
I'm going to stay away from this one as well. Only the second time they've been dogs in their last 5 games. They've been rolling too hot for me to kind of... But I do, again, think you are on the right side. This one has gone from 4.5 down to 4. Not entirely sure what that means, but it would appear that you're on the right side. Today's NBA card just really didn't jump out at me. It was really about college basketball today for sure. So, hey, you got us covered a little sprinkle across the board there. College basketball, you got us covered in NBA. I'll get us a little bit of early action, a little middle, and a little bit of late night action. So we're covered all the way. Cash and tickets all day and night long, as I always say to kick off the show. Now, partner, as I see it, that is 5 best bets of the day coming from you here today. A lot of good insights, a lot of good analysis. Appreciate all of you and your picks as per usual. Anything else you got left to lay down, deliberate about, banter about, anything in between, good sir?
No, sir. I think that about does it for me. That is my most picks I've had on the show in a while, my friend.
Yeah, dude,
so
I know.
Take it away
You're
from me.
telling me.
Hey, I love it all, dude. I love it all today. So take it away from me.
I absolutely love it as well. Let's see here. You can get all of RMags best bets of the day before I forget on the Action app, on the Chalkboard app, and on our website. So on the Action app, you can follow him at RMags in all caps. You can follow me at cash_with_Colt. You can follow the Talking the Line best bets of the day at Talking the Line. That's again all on the Action app. On the Chalkboard app, only available on the App Store right now, Apple App Store. You can download that. Follow them on the Twitter app as well at Chalkboard HQ, and then follow Talking the Line board on Chalkboard, and then as well dive in one of our channels. We're always in there going back and forth. There's a channel for just about anything sports betting wise and beyond you could want to talk about. So come in, connect with us. Totally deeper level. It is kind of think Discord, but only for sports betting, and it's gone about 4 or 5 cycles of steroids. And then the third place you can find us is talkingtheline.com, or all of our best bets, rather, talkingtheline.com/today's-best-bets. All of our best bets are always updated right on there. You can actually bet on them right from that page, or you can check out, you say, I don't like really anything the crew's got today. Let me check out some live lines and odds. You can do that right from our website as well and bet those games on your favorite sportsbook. We have all of that available to you, as well as all of our additional content, yada, yada, yada. There you go. There you have it. All right. Well, let's keep this proverbial podcast train steaming on down the track. Second segment of the day. Thank you for your 5 plays, partner. Let's get them to the pay window. It's time for my best bets of the day. Okay, my friends, I got 6 coming at you. I will keep it tight, concise, nice, ready to rock and roll. So, without further ado, first game we're going to, this one starts at 2, oh, this one's a 4 o'clock. I apologize. Yeah, this is not a 1 o'clock. This is a 4 o'clock, but still rather early here, so get it locked in at the best value you can. Going to the matchup between the Hofstra Pride and the Towson Tigers. We're taking the Hofstra Pride plus 2.5. We'll be able to come back to Towson soon enough, my friends. Don't worry. We backed them a few times. They've cashed some tickets for us. But right now, this is a setup spot for them and a perfect opportunity to fade them with the Hofstra Pride. This is a Colonial Athletic Conference meeting. These two teams have rotated covers back and forth since 2019, with Towson actually covering the last meeting as 5.5-point dogs. So what do you think is bound and determined to happen this time? How you doing, number 1? Towson hasn't ever covered as a favorite in these meetings, at least in the last 10 that I could look back to. So there's another little nugget for you. They're a favorite today. They've never covered as a favorite as far as I could look back. How you doing, number 2? How you doing, number 3 is that Hofstra is 7-3 straight up in the last 10 meetings overall between these two teams, and 5-3 ATS the last 8 meetings. They've just been favored by big spreads. It's a setup here that they're in a dog spot. Please, please, please. Towson is just being favored because they had a hot start. They're starting to cool off now. Back the Hofstra Pride plus 2.5. It is rare to get them as a dog. Only the second time they've been a dog in their last 10 games. You have to take the points. Towson has 2 straight failed covers as favorites this year. -3 and -7.5 back-to-back in their last 2 games. And I believe, my friends, it's time for the Tigers to start scuffling just a little bit. I said we can come back to them. We'll come back to them. But just right now, this is a perfect time to start fading them. A couple of keys. Number 1 is tempo. Hofstra 129th in adjusted tempo per KenPom. Towson 213th, so almost 100 spots better. I love that with Hofstra, especially with kind of how they play similarly, or I guess kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of into the flaws of Towson, I guess, really play into the favor of Hofstra as far as tempo-wise. Hofstra is 168th in offensive possession, 50th in defensive possession. Towson, 317th in offensive possession, 298th in defensive possession. So I think Hofstra controls the entire day from start to finish. They have similar defenses, and offense definitely is going to rule the day, but Hofstra has the edge there, so I think we're solid as well. 79.3 points per game for the Pride compared to the Tigers' 71.8. 57th in AOE for the Pride compared to 55th for the Tigers. However, here's the big kicker. 60th in effective field goal for Hofstra, 139th for Towson. So big old gap there, something you really want to take note of. Last but certainly not least, even though I think offense rules the day, there's one final key, and it's a hustle stat, my friends. Turnovers. Hofstra is 15th in offensive turnover percent, 87th in defensive turnover percent. Towson, 103rd in offensive turnover percent, and 149th in defensive turnover percent. So if anybody's winning the old turnover battle, I believe it's the Pride. But if you don't believe me on all of that, believe the trends. Hofstra, 6-2 ATS last 8 overall, 6-1 ATS last 7 Tuesday games, 12-4-1 ATS last 15 as a dog, 33-15-3 last 51 as a road dog, and 5-2 ATS last 7 following a straight-up win. Towson, 3-7 ATS last 10 as a home favorite, 1-5 against the number their last 6 against a Colonial Conference opponent, and Hofstra is 5-0 against the number. Did I mention their last 5 times that they've gone and played these Tigers in Towson? That's in Maryland. Little trivia question for you. Towson, Maryland, Towson University, 5-0 ATS, last 5 meetings on that hardwood. Give me all the Hofstra Pride plus 2.5. Kick off my card of the day.
I do like it, my friend. I think you're on the right side with that one. Undecided if I'm going to be back in that one or not. It is at 4 o'clock. I might be adding this one to my card, but I think you're on the right side with this one, my man. You mentioned it. Towson will come back to us eventually, but put them on the shelf for now,
100%. Perfect fade spot for them. And I usually have one of those bad days to start the week, or one of those bad days throughout my entire week. And I'm glad we started the week with it. So it's only up from here. I'm ready to rock and roll. So best bet number 2, going to the A10, my friend. Actually, an A10 matchup between some familiar foes. St. Louis Billikens and the Dayton Flyers. We're taking the Billikens plus 3. It's very interesting that Dayton has won and covered in the last 2 meetings between these two teams, but outside of that, St. Louis has absolutely owned the Flyers. They are 8-4 against the number the last 12 meetings between these two teams. St. Louis is also rolling right now, 10-4 straight up, 8-5 against the number overall. They're being undervalued because they're only 2 games they've only had 2 games on the road, 1-1 straight up and against the number in those 2 games. They're also getting Martin Linson back. He's their forward, averages about 10.1 points per game. Solid role player. They need him back in the lineup, and he looks to be ready to rock and roll for this matchup. Dayton, 9-6 straight up, 7-8 ATS overall, 5-4 straight up, 3-6 ATS on their home hardwood. Folks, they're inconsistent regardless of location, so if you want to put your money on that inconsistency in a favorite spot to at least win by 4, go ahead, but I'm going to be tentative, and I'm going to take all the points the books are willing to give me with the Billikens. Couple of keys here. When Dayton can out-defense a team, is what I'm trying to tell you, that's when they cover and when they win outright. Not going to happen here today against the Billikens because the Billikens match up extremely well with them defensively. 95th in ADE for St. Louis, 98th in opponent effective field goal. Dayton, 83rd in ADE, but 112th in opponent effective field goal. So no severe advantage there for Dayton like they have had in the past. And we've seen it here already this season. When they can out-defense a team, that's when they win and cover. They're just simply not going to do that today. It also is going to come down to the hustle stats. St. Louis averaging about 13.1 offensive turnovers a game with 14.8 defensive turnovers a game. Dayton, 14.9 offensive turnovers a game and 12 defensive turnovers per game, generated per game. So obviously, huge advantage there for St. Louis in that department, but also the rebounds, my friends. The Billikens, 31.3 rebounds per game compared to Dayton's 27.5 rebounds per game. I think the hustle stats are really key here, but I think one final thing is really key here. We're not getting burned from the charity stripe today, damn it. We got burned yesterday too many times. St. Louis, 76.7 from the free throw stripe, and Dayton, 70% straight up. I think St. Louis knocks them down when we need them to, and they get the easy cover here. But you don't believe me, believe the trends. Dayton, 2-4 ATS last 6 overall, 2-8 ATS last 10 Tuesday games, 2-6 ATS last 8 as a home favorite. St. Louis, 5-3 ATS last 8 overall, 43-20 ATS last 53 as a dog, and 10-4 ATS last 14 as a road dog. Give me the St. Louis Billikens plus 3 for my second best bet of the day.
I like it, my man. It feels like this SLU is like underrated across the rest of the country outside of the Midwest. Seems like the Midwest kind of realizes how solid they are because they're really, really good. And with Dayton having a couple tournament appearances, couple nice runs, it just seems like they have a bigger name. So when they see them as a short favorite, that would be the angle that I think is important in this one. So I think you're on the right side here.
And I know a lot about Old Slew. I've been watching them for well over the better part of a decade from Southern Illinois and being a lot closer to St. Louis than Chicago. So I paid a lot of attention to some St. Louis college teams because they got some good college teams down there. So there you go. There you have it. Third best bet of the day coming from your boy. I was going to, I wasn't even going to get involved in this one. Matter of fact, I glossed over this one. I was wrapping everything up. I saw it. I said, whoa, what the hell is going on with this line movement? I said, well, I got to get involved in a little bit of action if I'm seeing this. So we're going to the matchup between the Toledo Rockets and the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. We're taking the Rockets -0.5. They were actually the +1.5 dog. When I saw this morning, I was wrapping up down to a pick'em favorite. I think they win this game outright, even if it is by a point at the bare minimum. They are point blank the better team than Miami, Ohio. They are just being overvalued because it's on their home hardwood. That is Miami, Ohio. 5-2 straight up, 3-1 ATS at home. But they played Lamar, Stetson, Heidelberg University, Defiance University, okay, if you've ever, raised your hand if you've ever heard of them, Cincinnati, Bellarmine, and Spalding University. Give me a fucking break, my friends. If you don't think that's overvalued at its finest, get out of Dodge. They are also 2-5 ATS, their last 8. How do you have 2-5? That does not equal 8. 1 did not have a spread set. Same cannot be said for Toledo. They're being undervalued on the road. They're 4-1 straight up and ATS, their last 5 overall. 2-4 straight up, but 4-2 against the number on the road. They've played some damn good opponents. Valparaiso, Oakland, Michigan State, Richmond, Kent State, and Central Michigan. Only one of those teams, Central Michigan, really being a team that you can't look at and say, damn, that's a solid quality opponent playing them on their home hardwood. A couple of the keys, though, here. Offense is pretty damn similar, so I think this is going to be a defensive day for one team, and that's the Toledo Rockets. 66.2 points per game allowed compared to the Red Hawks, 69.1. Toledo ranks 130th in ADE, where the Red Hawks rank 245th. And here's the big one, kids. Toledo, 52nd in opponent effective field goal percentage, and the Red Hawks 255th in that same statistic. Not to mention the turnovers, hustle stats. You know I love them. This is going to be all Toledo. They average about 12.5 turnovers per game defensively, where Miami only averages about 11.5 defensively. Rebound-wise, as well, is going to be all Toledo. 79th in offensive rebounding percent, 124th in defensive rebounding percent per KenPom. Simple comparison to the Red Hawks, 170th in offensive rebounding percent, 250th in defensive rebounding percent, both of them, again, per KenPom. So you see the edges. It don't take a rocket scientist, especially with this line movement. I think the Rockets get it done pretty easily, but if at the bare minimum by at least a point. You don't believe me, believe the trends. Toledo 4-1 ATS last 5 on the road, 5-1 ATS last 6 as a dog. Combine the two, 5-1 ATS last 6 as a road dog. They're also 11-3 ATS last 14 Tuesday games and 8-3 straight up their last 11 versus a MAC opponent. The Red Hawks 2-7-1 ATS last 10 following a straight up loss. 4-9-1 ATS last 14 versus a team with a winning straight up record. And Toledo 8-2 ATS last 10 meetings with Miami, Ohio. 7-0 ATS last 7 meetings in Ohio. And Toledo is 10-0 straight up the last 10 meetings with these damn Red Hawks. And they ain't losing here today. None of them trends are breaking. Let's get involved in some action. Come on in, boys. The water's fine. Toledo Rockets -0.5. Third best bet of the day.
I like the Toledo Rockets, my friend. I am staying away, man. I am staying away. Every sign of the world points to Toledo, and I totally agree with you. I'm concerned why it's a pick'em essentially, and I think it's just a fake trap. I think you're on the right side, but I'm gonna see myself out of this one. As much as I would love to have some action.
Hey, no problem whatsoever. I totally understand it. I just believe Toledo is going to continue to absolutely roll. They have been rolling recently, and they always roll the Red Hawks, so let's rock and roll. I got you. Next one up on tap, number 4, going to the Big 12 matchup between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Texas Longhorns. I love the dog in this matchup. Oklahoma Sooners +6.5. These two teams talked about kind of something similar to this with first best bet of the day. These two have rotated covers since 2018, and Texas just covered the last matchup. What do you think is going to happen in this one? There is how you doing number 1, how you doing number 2. Oklahoma's 4-1 ATS last 5 meetings in Texas, and I simply do not think this finishes by more than 2 buckets. I think this is going to be an electric Big 12 affair, and it does not, I repeat, does not finish by more than 4 points. Couple of keys here. Number 1, strength of schedule. It's going to show very large for Texas. Texas, 322nd ranked strength of schedule per KenPom. Oklahoma, 135th strength of schedule. Let's look at opponent offense and opponent defense. In that order, Texas is 311th and 329th in those rankings. Simple comparison, Oklahoma, 185th, 118th. You got your edge number 1. Edge number 2, sure, Texas, Chris Beard offense, always dominant, always solid. But they've been struggling to get the ball in the basket here as of late. They're only averaging 70.7 points per game compared to the Sooners' 74.7. And here's a couple of big ones. 37th in AOE are the Sooners. Texas, 35th in AOE. A little bit better, but 4th in effective field goal is Oklahoma. 76th in effective field goal is Texas. So a pretty severe edge in that department. Oklahoma looked great in their last game, and in Iowa against Iowa State, and me and Mags both talked about what are we missing here? Like, why in the world is Oklahoma favored? This Iowa State team is a great damn team.
At least by 6.5.
And Oklahoma went in and handled business. And I would put Iowa State up here with both Oklahoma and Texas. And Oklahoma handled business already. Once on the road, I think they do it again to Texas here today. But you don't believe me? Believe the trends. Texas, 8-21 ATS their last 29 home games versus a team with a winning straight-up road record. They're also 6-20 ATS their last 26 versus a team with a winning percent greater than 600. Texas also won 6-1 ATS last 8 following a straight-up win. The Sooners, 14-3 against the number last 17 as a dog, 5-2 ATS last 7 as a road dog, 5-2 ATS last 7 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. And, I mentioned it at the top, but hammer it home. Oklahoma 4-1 ATS last 5 meetings in Texas. Give me all the Sooners plus 6.5, my 4th best bet of the day.
I like it, my man. This is the one that I'm really interested in. These Big 12 matchups, you really have, and obviously you did, and I agree with you here. You have to really look closely because a lot of these spreads and these teams aren't apples to oranges by any means. And I agree with you, man. As good as we think Texas is, I think they're typically a little overvalued this year. And on the flip side, aside from that last game, Oklahoma's been undervalued, and I think they're in that spot again. I love me some Porter Moser, head coach of Oklahoma Sooners, former Loyola Chicago. Can take the man away from Chicago, but you can't take the Chicago out of the man.
Yes,
I do like it, my friend.
Yes, sir. I absolutely love it. So there you go. There you have it. Throwing in a little Chicago shout out as well for my 4th best bet of the day. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. 5th best bet of the day. Oh, baby. We're getting a little bit of revenge here, boys. Roll Tide matchup between the Auburn Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. We're taking the Crimson Tide -3. Do not think I am a homer on this one just because I am a huge Alabama Crimson Tide fan. This is a classic spot me and Mags always talk about. The higher-ranked team is on the road and is the underdog. Are you kidding me? They are so much better. They're going to kill them. Do not play into that, my friends. Auburn is 3-0 straight up, 1-2 against the number on the road. Let's look a little deeper. Oh, that's right. They only played the USF Bulls, St. Louis Billikens, and South Carolina Gamecocks on the road. They ain't played nobody but the Billikens, and that game was a sweat and a half for those Tigers.
Sure was.
How about Bama? 7-0 straight up at home, 3-4 against the number. Colt, come on, why are you trusting them? They haven't been covering like that. Well, because they've been fucking double-digit favorites. They're not double-digit favorites in this spot, so we ain't got to worry about it. If you still don't believe me that they're undervalued on their doggone home court tonight, believe a couple of keys. Tempo, number 1. Both teams love to run here to the Tigers. Go Tigers! Not tonight, though. I just got to say it every time I get an opportunity to be involved in a matchup with them. Both like to run, but Bama is a touch faster. 34th in adjusted tempo per KenPom, 64th in the same stat for the Tigers. I think second chance opportunities are also going to loom large here tonight. I think you're going to see Alabama clean up a lot of their misses if they do have them, or at least be able to clean up the boards and really get some of those second chance points put back in the bucket. They're 23rd in offensive rebounding percentage, and Auburn is 63rd in that same exact stat. Pretty similar defensive-wise when it comes to rebounding the basketball. SEC play, too, also is just kind of sticking out to me like a sore thumb. Auburn's 3-0 in SEC play right now. Bama's 2-1. So the undefeated in conference play team is the dog, and the favorite has the opportunity to get to an even tie to tie them for first place in the conference in the SEC right now. How you doing for the final time here today? The Crimson Tide are the right side. It's a setup and a half for the Tigers. I don't know why. I don't know what happens overall, what we see offensively and defensively. I'm very interested to watch this game, especially with my boys being involved. But setup and a half for the Tigers. Take the Tide -3, but you don't believe me, believe the trends. Auburn, 1-4 ATS, last 5 on the road. 1-4 ATS, last 5 as a dog. Bama, 8-4 ATS last 12 Tuesday games, 4-1 ATS last 5 meetings with Auburn, and 3-1 ATS last 4 meetings on their home hardwood with the Tigers. Fifth best bet of the day, Alabama Crimson Tide -3.
You know I'm interested. I'm interested.
You ain't getting in the boat. You like the Tigers
I don't
too
know
much.
yet. I don't know yet. I do like the Tigers. I also didn't even realize that Bama lost to Mizzou on Saturday on the road, dude.
I didn't mention that. Yeah.
This is a classic buy low spot on the Tide, man. I am interested. I have to imagine I will be hammering this in. I don't think it'll jump up over -3. Do you? No. Maybe it will, but I don't think so. But I mean,
it might. But I don't.
Despite an occasional struggle from Bama, man, they are. You could make the case that on their best day, they're as good as the Tigers. So I think that's the angle here.
And a team that's only lost one game in the Auburn Tigers, and it was on November the 24th, is an underdog in this spot on January the 11th. How you doing? Who am I? What do I know? Fifth best bet of the day, Alabama Crimson Tide -3. Sixth and final best bet of the day, baby. Here we go.
Take it home.
6-0 clean sweep, taking us home. Final one, we're going to the Providence Friars and the Creighton Blue Jays, and my friends, we're back on Ed Cooley and the boys. We're taking the Friars +4, and Providence, they've been rolling on the road. There's nothing you have to worry about here. 3-1 straight up and against the number on the road so far. They're going to continue to rock and roll. They are being undervalued because of the Marquette debacle. Do not fall into that. It was one-time kind of a deal. Not like cheating in a relationship, you know, the guy, a one-time kind of a deal, baby. You know, no. That's not this kind of one-time kind of a deal. This is they are back on the right track. They ain't going to go back out messing around at the titty bar next week. Creighton, though, 5-2 straight up, 2-5 against the number at home. They are being extremely overvalued. 4 points. Oh, it's a key number of 4. They must be able to cover that, or at least they'll push it. Well, we don't play to push. We play to bankrupt every book on the market, and the Providence Friars +4 are going to help us do that. But there are a couple keys I need you to believe here. Providence is point-blank period the better team. 50th per KenPom in overall ranking. Creighton 54th. So, obviously just a little bit better there. AOE and ADE, Providence is 66th and 49th, respectively, where Creighton is 70th and 54th, respectively. So there's another edge for you. Experience is what it comes down to. Ed Cooley's boys have been on the hardwood for a hot minute together. 9th in the nation in experience per KenPom compared to the Blue Jays. 309th. 300 spots worse in experience. Come on. When it comes down to the nitty-gritty, Providence is going to be able to come up clutch. Last but not least, tempo. Neither one of these guys, boat race teams, or these teams boat race each other. This is not what they do. They play really slow, and they just enjoy taking their time, valuing possessions, getting balls in the old peach basket. Providence, however, is a little bit slower, and I think that allows them to control time of possession. 281st in adjusted tempo per KenPom. Creighton, 247th. Oh, wait. One more thing. Very important in conference play, and I've neglected to maybe get a little bit deeper into it than maybe I should have here. Free throws. It matters when they're this damn close. Providence is the better free throw shooting team. 72.4% from the charity stripe for the Friars. 69.2% for the Blue Jays. You don't believe me and all my nonsense and stats I dug up. Believe the doggone cold hard trends. Wrapping it up on my card of the day. Providence, 8-2 ATS last 10 overall. 7-0 ATS last 7 as a dog. 4-0 ATS last 4 as a road dog. 7-1 ATS last 8 versus a team with a winning straight up record. Creighton, 1-4 ATS last 5 as a favorite, 2-5 ATS last 7 as a home favorite, and Providence, 4-1 ATS last 5 meetings with Creighton, and 5-2 ATS last 7 meetings with Creighton on Creighton's hardwood. And so you got an answer to a trivia question sometime later on in your life. Creighton, that university, is located in Omaha, Nebraska. For my sixth and final best bet of the day, the Providence Friars, +4.
I do like it, my man. We defied the Ed Cooley train on Saturday, and damn it, I do not plan on getting in the way of that again. It seems like people are expecting Creighton to have a bounce back after a rough loss to Villanova on the road. I could actually see Creighton getting the win here. Maybe. I'm not saying I'm betting on that. I'm not saying I expect it. I'm just saying I could see Providence covering but losing is kind of what I'm saying. I just think it's going to be a really close, tight game. Maybe you disagree. Yeah. Maybe you think Providence takes it easy.
Providence might get it outright, but I think it's going to be absolutely bananas. Yeah. I think it's going to be a Big East battle and a half. Strap in, get ready to rock and
exactly.
roll. But
100%.
Overall, the way I see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, clean sweep, dude. The only one I feel like you have a staunch opinion on, or would be like, I think that might want to stay away, would be the Toledo Rockets. It has gone back up. That does make me a little tentative, but I think it going back up is that classic, setup spot. We have to, we talked about it pre-show, partner. How many fucking people are betting Toledo versus Miami, Ohio, Maction today? I really don't think millions and bajillions and gazillions of people the same that do on the NFL. I would say it's a little bit lower volume, and I would say Miami flipping back to a favorite would be like, oh my gosh, we have to get involved as fast as we possibly can, and I'm just not buying it.
Yeah, especially these low ones. I mean, I saw people yesterday saying, not to shout them out, but one of our buddies is like, I'm taking a break from gambling because they put so much on Alabama football. So exactly right. I don't think people are going to be too involved in these, Toledo, Miami, Ohio games is kind of what I'm saying.
No, I don't think so whatsoever. I think everybody got a little bit too over-involved. I sat here as an Alabama fan telling you what side you should fucking take yesterday, and it was to side with Mags, not side with me. I was still going to be an absolute jackass on Twitter because I am a staunch Crimson Tide fan. If you ever fucking question it, you're out of your mind. I don't just get. I see. I'm still sitting here talking about it. I don't just get hyped because they win all the time. They lost last night. I'm still fucking excited as hell to see what the boys do in the NFL because we have an NFL class and a half coming up in 2022. You best believe it. Just wait. You just wait. Okay. We've been windy today. 11:05, dude. Holy smokes. All of our best bets of the day. 11 picks out in prime time. Let's keep it moving. Keep it grooving into today's special play. The Twofer Tuesday Parlay of the day. All right. This one will be nice, short, sweet, quick, and in a hurry. We got one leg that's kicking off the slate at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, so 2 short hours from now. If you want to be fucking accurate, okay, 1 hour and 55 minutes, yada, yada, yada. Take, right here, right now, the Quinnipiac Bobcats, -2, leg number 1. Now, I know they burned us on Sunday with the Balcony Bets Parlay. Really, really sorry about that. But they are favored in this spot for a reason, and they are going to bounce back. I promise you. 4-1 ATS last 5 overall, so they are still hot. Whereas the Canisius Golden Griffins, not very good at all. 2-7 ATS last 9 games overall. 2-5 ATS last 7 home games. And 8-22 their last 30 home games. There's a team with a losing road record. So do not buy into the home and road splits. The road team is actually 14-3 ATS in their last 17 meetings. I love Quinnipiac in this spot. This is a classic rebound spot for them. They're a sneaky team. You might say Quinnipa who? How do I even spell that? I understand, my friends, but you're talking to the mid-major king. Partner, anything else you have before I wrap that up with some final key trends there?
Not really, man. This is your wheelhouse, and I totally agree with you. Kept tabs on both of these teams. Money coming in on Quinnipiac, but the line movement is reflecting that. I do like this one quite a bit. I think it kicks us off with a nice first half of this twofer cash-in for us.
Absolutely. Quinnipiac is 4-1 against the number as well. Last 5 games when playing on the road against Canisius, and the Canisius Golden Griffins 1-4 ATS last 5 home games overall. If I didn't already mention that, they are just simply not there. Yeah, 2-5 ATS last 7. So there you go. There you have it. Quinnipiac Bobcats -2 first leg kicks off the slate. Now, once that bad boy cashes, we're going to have to wait all the way till the end of the evening to cash the other one because we selected the game that closes tonight's slate. We're getting weird. We're getting wild with the Twofer Tuesday parlay today. We're going to the matchup between the New Mexico Lobos and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas Running Rebs. And we're not taking the Running Rebs, contrary to popular belief, how I might have just delivered that. We're taking the Lobos. Lobos are hot right now, and they have handled business against the Running Rebs traditionally. I had no idea, partner, but New Mexico is actually, or not traditionally, but I meant to say Mountain West Conference opponents, not traditionally UNLV. They haven't done well against them, but I think this is the year they start to turn things around. They are hot right now, especially in this spot. 5-0 ATS, last 5 road games, 5-0 ATS, last 5 games as a road dog, and 5-0 ATS, last 5 road games versus a team with a winning home record. UNLV just is not there. 8-20 ATS last 28 games overall, and 4-9 ATS last 13 as a home favorite. I think they're overvalued as hell. Going back to the Mountain West, though, New Mexico 5-1 ATS last 6 games against a Mountain West Conference opponent, and UNLV 4-12 ATS last 16 against a Mountain West Conference opponent. The proof's in the pudding, my friends. Look to the trends. New Mexico's hot right now. They are covering left, right, and center. Partner, what else you got for the second leg of the Twofer Tuesday parlay?
Yeah, I don't have too much here. It's just +6, and UNLV appears to be getting 83% of bets, 95% of money, and this one opened about 7.5, 7, all the way down to 6, holding pretty firm right there despite all of this money coming in on UNLV. You mentioned it, 3 straight covers. Lost their last 2, but covered against some really solid teams. I would put 2 teams, especially Utah State, better than UNLV. Covered a 6.5 against Utah State, lost by 3. That's we don't like to say good losses, but I would say that's as far as putting your money on them, that makes me feel a lot more confident that they can keep this one close as well. If not win outright, I'm not saying they win this one outright, partner.
Holy shit.
I think they keep this one close. I think this is going to be a really good game.
Did you see the build-up to that at all?
Not really, no.
Oh, fuck. I want to go back and watch how that looked. That seemed like I made a really funny face when that was coming up. Appreciate you wrapping that up, my friend, because that would have sucked if I would have sneezed right in the middle of me saying some shit. So there you go. There you have it. The Twofer Tuesday parlay. Quinnipiac Bobcats -2 and the New Mexico Lobos +6. All right. We've just had this show completely off the tracks all day long. We've been all over the map, rabbit holes left, right, and center. So let's quickly recap all of today's best bets of the day just so you guys got everything in order. You got it all locked in on your best bets of the day. And there's no reason to stop good conversation. We'll just keep the nonsense rolling. So for right now, though, however, get serious for one final time. Rip out your sports books, pull out your papers and your pens and pencils, or whatever mode, means, or method you utilize to take stock of the TTL Crew's best bets of the day. Because as always, with my partner coming back in the screen with me, it is time to recap the TTL Crew's best bets of the day for this gorgeous Tuesday of bets, also known as January the 11th, 2022. You now see them live on your screen, live from Morgantown, my friends. Turn your attention directly to the left of the ginormous scoreboard, not teleprompter, whatever the hell you want to call it. Jumbotron, Megatron, everything all in between. Top left portion of your screen is where you need to be looking, though. For RMags picks, he's got 5 coming at you. His biggest card for quite some time. He's taking the Florida State Seminoles, -6.5. The West Virginia Mountaineers, -3. Texas Tech against Baylor, under 135.5. Then he's going to the NBA. He's taking the Memphis Grizzlies, +2.5. And the Toronto Raptors on their home hardwood as well, +5. 4. Shift your attention to the remaining straight plays, best bets of the day. My picks, top right portion of your screen. To the right of that there, Jumbotron. 6 coming from me, one more than Mags to make it a grand total of 11. We're taking the Hofstra Pride, plus 2.5 at 4 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time tip, so be sure to get that one locked in, ready to rock and roll so you can get the best value on that. St. Louis Billikens, plus 3. Toledo Rockets, minus a half. Take them on the money line as well if you're comfortable there. Oklahoma Sooners, plus 6.5. Alabama Crimson Tide, minus 3. And the Providence Friars, plus 4. The Twofer Tuesday Parlay. Directly underneath that, you see it diagonal from us right down here in the crowd. Parlay up. 2 legs. Paying out at over 2-1 odds for the Twofer Tuesday Parlay. The Quinnipiac Bobcats, minus 2. And the University of New Mexico Lobos, plus 6. Let's get all 12 of those bad boys to the damn pay window. No questions, no qualms, no queries. Let's build our bankrolls. But before we can, we need your help bankrupting every single book on the market by locking them in, hammer them home, sprinkling a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you get today's TTL crew best bets of the day that are primed for ticket cashing into whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book.
Ooh, baby, where are we, partner? I know it's Morgantown, but do you know the name of this place? Not a sponsor, not named after any person.
No, I don't.
Pretty simple, actually. WVU Coliseum, West Virginia Coliseum.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, so, yeah, because we're shout out ISU, we're Redbird Arena, so that's pretty easy.
I like it when those teams do that, honestly.
Yeah, I like that, honestly, too. All right, well, there you go. There you have it, all of our best bets of the day. Okay, you see a little bit more text up there, right above us, right up over yonder. Moneyline Dice roll of the day, Del/Drex. It's time now to get back to us on the main screen here and shift gears, keep the nonsense rolling into today's Moneyline Dice roll of the day. That's right, we're going to the matchup, college basketball matchup, between the Delaware Fightin' Blue Hens and the Drexel Dragons. First things first, we need to complete here in the old handy-dandy tracking book. Ooh, it also has a property of and contact info on the front page, just in case you ever lose it. How about that? The Alcorn State Braves, minus 1, ticked up to minus 2. We'll say, I'll also write that down. Ticked to minus 2 was a big ol' W. Look at that. I'm a freaking poet and I didn't even know it. They covered with ease. Final score of that game, I was looking at it earlier.
Find it real quick.
Yeah, I can flick back in a half a second.
70-60.
70-60, so easy money. 70-60, straight up win. Absolutely love it. Alcorn State, the Braves. So first time we officially track it, the new tracking book. Everything's updated in there. There you go. You can see the W up there. 1-0. We're ready to rock and roll. So, unofficially, the matchup today, you know it, you see it. Partner, could you be so kind to indulge us? Who's the favorite? Who's the home team? Who's the away team? Who's the dog? What's the total currently set at? And once you do, I'll have the dice ready to rock and roll, no pun intended, for today's Moneyline Dice segment.
Alrighty, partner. So you mentioned the matchup, the Fightin' Blue Hens and the Dragons. This one is in Drexel. Excuse me. KenPom ratings: Delaware 150 per KenPom rating, and the old Drexel Dragons at 162. So Delaware actually has the edge right there as far as KenPom, but Drexel coming in as a 1-point favorite, dropped down from 1.5 just a little bit ago, I do believe. Despite a good chunk of money, 70% of bets and money it did look like coming in on Drexel. So that would lead me to believe that maybe the Blue Hens are the side, but you and I just mentioned that these low matchups on a day like this, who the hell knows? I ain't trying to decide it. So I will say again, Drexel -1 at home, -118 on the money line, and a total of 139.5.
So, -1 for Drexel. It has dropped down. It was at -2.5 at open, and then you said 139.5 for the total?
Correct.
Yeah, so it was at 141 at open. So, bad boys are dropping down. Lines are moving. Shit's crazy. So, it's great we didn't have a play. I have no idea what to do. Mags hasn't a clue, but I'll tell you who does.
Come on, Dice.
Moneyline Dice. Ready to rock and roll for today's roll of the day. Let's see here. We have little 1/11/2022 event time. When's this bad boy tip off, Mags?
Let's see. Believe this is at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, 6 p.m.
And guess what? Oddshark has this one rated 72.9 to 71.3. Who the hell knows?
Wow, wouldn't you know
Good
it? Okay,
grief.
so Delaware versus Drexel. Here we go. First roll of the day. Are we going to the home team or the away team? We taking the Dragons or we taking the Fighting Blue Hens? I don't know. Neither does Mags, but we all find out with the first roll of the day. In 3, in 2, in 1. Away team.
Delaware,
Away
okay.
team. Delaware Fighting Blue
Dice.
Hens.
Okay.
Unofficially, Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. First roll of the day. Are we going to the money line, getting a little bit of extra plus money parlay action? Are we just going to get a couple extra points? Be safe, be nice, be easy. I don't know, but the dice sure do, and we all find out in 3, in 2, for the second time today, in 1. ATS.
Okay.
They would like us unofficially to take a point. Unofficially, Delaware Fighting Blue Hens +1. Now it's time for the wild card roll of the day, or the dice for the second day in a row, second time this week after a hot 1-0 double down start. Doing that aforementioned thing and doubling down on the old Fighting Blue Hens today. Are they saying, no, boy, sorry, we messed up again. We need a little extra screen time, which was absolute nonsense yesterday. But if that's what it takes to get one to the pay window, fine, we're cool with that. No big deal. They're saying, no, it's all good. 2 tickets today. We're going to the total. I don't know, Mags doesn't know, but this cubicle object that be known as the Moneyline Dice certainly fucking does. So without further ado, we all find out. In 3, in 2, in 1. Home money line.
Ah, damn you, Dice.
They're going to do this again today, huh?
Hey,
They're going to
you
do
said
this again today.
If it takes this to cash tickets, then I guess
Okay.
we'll accept it. But
Okay,
For
so
fuck's sake.
none of the nonsense. Right
No.
to it, right after it. Home or away. Away team. So
Okay.
they're doing the same
Come on, Dice.
nonsense they were.
Come on,
away
Dice.
team. Away team.
if you're gonna do the same thing, we already get it. We get it.
Money line ATS. Money line.
Money line -102.
Money line. Money line. No plus money, Paulie, but still favorable. Only have to pay 2 pennies to get involved. Wild card roll 3, 2, 1. Away ATS.
All right, Dice.
Away ATS. So in this situation, my friends, let's come to an agreement here right now, Mags. Since it's not like a hefty amount of points, and like we don't play to push. So basically, we want them to win. You can't. You can't.
Not trying
lose.
to have money line and +1. That seems silly.
You can't lose by a half a point in the game of basketball, is what I'm trying to say. So we might as well just take the doggone money line first roll, because that's what we're thinking they're gonna do. Because we don't play to push, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Money line.
Money line it is. The Fighting Blue Hens money line officially.
I like it. Fighting Blue Hens taking down Dragons. How about that? How about that for a mascot mismatch?
The dice have spoken. If you want to guaranteed take 1 ticket to the window here tonight, double down by the Moneyline Dice for the second day in a row this week after a 1-0 start. Lock in right here, right now. The Delaware Fighting Blue Hens on the money line.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay, all right, there you go. Delaware, let me write it down so we're ready to rock and roll. You said -102, time of recording?
Correct. Yep. -102 money line.
ML -102, bang, boom, pow. Okay, it's tracked, Mags. We're ready to rock and roll. We're not superstitious, we're just a little stitious, but it sure does appear that things are starting off the same way they did yesterday. Let's get that bad boy to the pay window.
Let's do it.
Okay.
2-0 day. Come on, Dice.
2-0 day. There you go. There you have it.
Forgot to clap. Thank you, Dice.
Alright.
Thank you, Dice.
Oh, thank you, Dice. Thank you, Dice. Thank you, Dice. Sleep well, my friends.
Not
Appreciate
superstitious,
you.
just a little sis.
Just a little stitious, not
Just a little.
superstitious. Yeah. Just a tad. Just a touch. Okay. Let me get those bad boys out of here. Clear the runway. All right. It is time to land the second half of the show plane on this proverbial podcast runway. How's about that for you? Haven't done that one yet.
Hey.
That's a new one. Right. Picked that one out of the file cabinet there in the brain. Let's land that on that old proverbial podcast runway. Second half of the show here. We kick things off around this time with RMags Sidebar. So as always, partner, anything burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 199 of the TTL Pod on this gorgeous January 22nd. January 11th, 2022.
You were thinking ahead to what we were talking about in February, were you
Yes,
not?
I was. Yes, I was. And I also saw 22 on the screen. I am all over the map. 1122.
Yeah.
So little did you know, guys, if you didn't know, if you haven't seen it, February the 22nd of 2022 is on a Tuesday. So 2/22/22 is on a Tuesday. And we have the Twofer Tuesday Parlay that will try to make plus 222 odds.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars,
Free
sons
money,
of
mark
bitches.
your calendars.
I digress. Mark your calendar, free money, sons of bitches. I digress. Partner, let them have the sidebar of the day. What do we got?
All right, dude. So I don't know if this will stick. So Mondays, we got movie Mondays. That is for sure
throwing shit
sticking.
at the wall. Throwing shit at the wall.
Thursday, we got the music, like trivia, whatever. That'll stick. We'll keep there. For Tuesday, I was kicking around. One I quickly thought of, dove into it, then threw that one in the trash. It was going to be Trending Tuesdays, going through Twitter and trending. And then I was like, there might be a little
interesting.
Maybe. So I kind of played it myself as we were starting off the show, and maybe one little rabbit hole. I saw something else, someone trending, and then I was quickly like, oh, nope, that's not fun at all. Bad. That's political. Yeah. Like Hulk Hogan was trending, and I was like, oh, what's going on with Hulk Hogan? And it was just like, no, we're not bringing that to the show.
No.
So real quick, if we want to entertain that for a half second, that's not where I was going to go.
Well, sure.
Yes, not a lot that's fun. It's like something about being Milk Day or something like that, like National Milk Day. January 11th or something is like the first day that it's already off trending though, so it's not.
I got a gallon in the fridge. So I pour us up a glass.
Something about like the first day that they started delivering milk in crates or something like that.
Oh, the OG, the glass bottles.
Now I can't find it.
For we was even twinkles in our daddy's eye type shit.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
So that was it. Like I said, nothing else is very fun at all. So I threw that one in the trash pretty quickly.
Okay.
So I pivoted. We'll do a little music action today,
pivot.
Not trivia.
Elbows out. Arms high, elbows out. Pivot.
Oh, pivot. Yeah, okay. My bad.
Keep the pivot foot down. I know, I'm just fucking with you. Keep the pivot foot down.
Partner, either so not trivia, either song of the day or what's the one song that's burning in your head you can't get out that you want to give some love to right now.
Wow, look. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to my Apple Music and... Okay, well, that's what's playing. I can't freaking play it because they'll freaking. Not like.
Yeah, what did you say? What you got like?
Yeah, we got a strike. We got a friggin' copyright strike. It was for Michael Bublé's because it wasn't the full song, but they freaking still copyright striked me. So or us, it is what it is.
Christmas.
I mean, like a little bit of this action is what I've been getting into lately.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What the fuck you know about Bobby? What you know about Bobby Mudafukas? That's what I've been into lately. I've been into some R&B. That's what You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. Also been liking some George Benson, Larry Carlton. Just kind of get down some rabbit holes with those boys. I mean, whoo, that is some old school jams. That'll get you in the vibes. But... as far as new school, Wiz Got Wangs, our guy Wiz Khalifa. Woo, child, please. It is a 14-song mixtape banger.
That's going to have to happen today.
It is 43 minutes, so it is not I got to invest my time to get through this bad boy.
Sure.
And it's classic Wiz. Like, it's classic Wiz, good as fuck. I still had the music playing. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it's still music playing. Yeah. And then... Pilot Talk 4. Our guy Currency.
Dude.
Our guy Currency.
We love Currency over here. If you're not familiar with him.
It's only 27 minutes, dog. It's so good.
The whole album is only 27 minutes?
It's 10.
Really?
It's 10 songs. So there's I'm trying to think what the there's only 10 songs on it. They're like 2 minutes 30 seconds each. Like it's sick.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, Currency, very chill, kind of jazzy-ish rap as far as like the melodies behind him. But his Pilot Talk, now number 4, his first 3 are some of my favorite of his. And I, like an idiot, have not carved out any time to listen to it, even though I've been looking forward to it for a solid 5 years. But
so good.
I digress. That might have to happen tonight as well. For me, dude, I need to dive into some like new music. I've been playing. Like my on repeat or my like yearly playlists are like so similar the last like 2-3 years. Not that I'm hating on that because I love what I'm listening to right now.
Holy shit! Hold on. Side note: I fucking thought you said on repeat, not on repeat. On repeat, like as in the little boy is Henri. Like I thought you said on repeat. I'm like, what the
repeat or something?
Like yeah, but I don't say it Henri.
On repeat.
On repeat, and I was like, what the fuck is that? That's where my head was at there just
Dibs
for a
new
moment.
band name. I called it Dibs new band name.
On repeat playlist. I get what you're saying now.
Oh, Dibs new band name, dude. If you're a Parks and Rec fan, you know as far
on
as
repeat?
like you hear, but on repeat. That's Dibs new band name. Dibs new band name. Sidebar is that. I love that. I've been in like a 3-year Foo Fighters hole where I just listen to like 80% of what I listen to is like, or 80% of what I listen to right now is like Mac Miller and Foo Fighters, and then a handful of other things sprinkled in.
Mac.
If you're a Foo Fighters a huge fan, then you obviously know. But if you're just kind of like Foo Fighters, their live album, Skin and Bones, is one of my favorites. I've gotten you onto that one, I know, partner. Times Like These live is fantastic. So that's what I'm dropping down here. The thing that's lit up on my on repeat playlist right now is The Spins by Mac Miller, one of my all-time favorites. So you can't go wrong, man. You just can't go wrong. I don't know why I love that combo of just Mac Miller and Foo Fighters all jammed together, but it gets the job done for me. And then just sprinkle a lot of other stuff in there.
If I hit search on my library, I'll go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, I'll go 10. So we got The Very Best of the Eagles album. Okay. That's number 1 on my Apple Music. Slow Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer. Song. It's a great song. Hey, Mr. Man.
My bad.
You're good. Down Below, Roddy Ricch. Shout out. Good ass song. Keep Me in the Moment by Jeremy Camp. If you're not a fan of Christian music, you won't like that one. But sometimes in the morning, get some good thought rolling, get some emotions rolling. Good song there. The Very Best of Chicago. Nice Chicago album going on in there. And then Indifference by Pearl Jam and Time Today by Moneybagg Yo.
Yeah. I just need a random like, because I just listen to my like stuff that I listen to frequently, and for somehow I don't really get sick of it. We've been listening to, my girlfriend and I will do, if we're trying to listen to something new, we'll go like year by year, like hits from X year, and then we finish that, we go to the next one. I got down a rabbit hole. I've always loved Zac Brown Band, but we got to a year that had a couple of those, and then I was like, oh, this album is fantastic. The last song on The Foundation. So on that song, you got Toes on that song, you got Chicken Fried on that album. So a solid album, obviously. But the last song is Sick Amount of Chicken. You ever heard of this one?
Uh-huh.
You heard?
You gotta remember, I'm from Bumblefuck Nowhere.
My girlfriend absolutely hates it, and I can't stop playing it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I listen to this damn album on repeat time and time again throughout all of high school, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, before we get another fucking copyright strike and you gotta 100%. Listen to the whole thing, let's take that off. Sounds good. All right.
Goofy-ass song.
Yeah. Outside of that, that's kind of what I've been listening to lately. Always late night special band, always a good filler as well if you need something to listen to in addition to there. Outside of that, what else you got?
That's all I got for the sidebar, dude. Let's keep it moving. It's an hour and a half in. We are. That's all I need. I don't know. I don't know. What do you like? Do you like that for Tuesdays, or maybe?
What are you banging? What are you listening to? It ain't my sidebar. It ain't my sidebar, man. Whatever you bring in is what we got going on for the second half of the show. So there you go. There you have it. Any other breaking news? There hasn't really been anything major. I mean, Massacre Monday was yesterday. I'm trying to think who we didn't talk about on the show. If we had something on there. Did you have something over there?
No, I'm just trying to think. I saw some stuff as far as rumors of the Bears being interested in Brian Flores, which I have mixed feelings from a rival perspective. Like, that would make them, I mean, he's a fantastic defensive coach, but like, if you've invested first round capital within the last couple of years in a quarterback, then you need to find a head coach, which I imagine is why the Dolphins got rid of Brian Flores. I feel like you just need to get some type of bona fide offensive guru, or at least one that's trying to prove that he's an offensive guru. Because if you do that for an offensive coordinator, you run the risk after a couple of years of him, shipping out of town if he kills it, and finding another head coaching job somewhere else, and now you're looking for another offensive coordinator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm so fucking over getting down rabbit holes with the doggone Chicago Bears at this point in time. There's so many people got so many doggone opinions.
George McCaskey put his foot in his mouth yesterday, dude. Calling Olin Kreutz a liar. Oh my gosh, dude, that was rough. That was a tough watch. It wasn't a very tough watch for me. I was kind of giddy watching it, but
I'm not going down the rabbit hole, so you can keep fucking poking and prodding whichever way. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. I don't want to get. It's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. I've been talking about it for freaking months that we should have started a coaching search months ago. We knew we were going to fire Nagy the day after the regular season ended. What the fuck have we been doing? Now we're interviewing left, right, and center, defensive guy, offensive guy, deep. We don't know what we want. We don't know what the vision for the future is. Everybody's all excited. Fuck Nagy, fuck Pace, they're all out of town, woohoo! Guess what? We still have a glaring fucking hole on offense. We have glaring fucking holes on defense. Our offensive line ain't worth a dick. I don't know what you see in that team being a playoff caliber team, but we better bring in somebody who's seriously ready to overhaul. And it better not be within the next month, 2 months, 3 months. It better be fucking next week that I'm getting an update. So you see why I don't want to go down this stupid rabbit hole, because I hate the Bears right now.
I'll take it. I'll take you away from it.
They're shooting themselves in the foot. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
I don't understand how they, or any team for that matter, is going to do a full-fledged head coaching search before they find a GM. You should find a GM that helps you with that search, first of all, and one that exactly. So I won't get you down that rabbit hole.
Oh, and let's make sure that our franchise quarterback, unless we just don't give a fuck about Justin Fields at all, which is basically what we're telling him, our franchise quarterback that we're trying to build around, that we sent Mitch Trubisky, who was our latest franchise quarterback, packing. We're supposed to be building around this kid for the next 5, 10 years, hopefully, maybe 15. Who the hell knows? Maybe if he's electric as all fuck, that's what we do. We found a diamond in the rough. I don't know, but to have him not involved in the hiring process, or hey, yeah, I like this guy, no, I don't like this guy, not having to meet him, or I don't like this system, I think this system would really work, to at least have some input from your number one quarterback. Fuck, I'm at this point, I'm pretty fucking convinced we'll just bring back Andy Dalton on a $15 million one-year deal. We'll bump him up 5 years. Andy, you did really well. You didn't throw as many interceptions as we anticipated, so we're going to give you an extra $5 million this year. $15 million contract for you. You're very welcome. Way to go. Good job. Great. We'll send Big Dick Nick out of town, who I would rather have over the Red Rifle. I will fucking take that to my grave every day of the week and twice a week on Sundays. I don't know, man. It's going to be another year of nonsense for the Bears. It's Groundhog's Day, dude. And nobody wants to believe it. Everybody thinks I'm always you're such a negative Bears fan. Why can't you? No, I'm not. It's realism.
Well, again, I apologize. I really didn't mean to get you down this rabbit hole, but they bring in Bill Polian, who has a track record in the 90s and early 2000s of success, but the man's almost 80. His most recent opinions lie within Lamar Jackson saying he's a receiver, not a quarterback. He wins an MVP. Saying Chad Kelly is going to be a good quarterback. I digress. I'll get you off of it. Did you see Stetson Bennett on Good Morning America this year, pissed drunk on national television?
Oh, electric. Absolutely electric. That I can get down with. That's a rabbit hole I can go down. That was so damn funny. With Michael Strahan, and I forget the gal who's the
I'm not sure, honestly.
Either way, man, absolutely hilarious. You could tell he ain't been to bed. He got pissed, fucking drunk, and he was probably about to hit the sack when whatever coach or whatever PR person that didn't go out partying last night found him wandering the halls and go, hey, Stetson, we got Good Morning America on the phone. You want to do an interview at 7? He's like, fuck yeah, party on, brother, let's do it. And then fucking 7 o'clock rolls around and
he's either dead tired or he found the 4 a.m. Smoker's room and he's still hanging on to his last leg. You know what I mean,
he was
dude?
Pissed drunk. I've never sounded like that being high as balls.
Oh, I'm not saying solely that. I'm saying like pissed drunk and then he finds the Smoker's room a little bit is what I'm saying.
I mean, he was fooked up, son.
He knocked a question out of the park. I'm blanking on what her name is. I feel bad because she's obviously a famous person, but she asked like the most really specific question of him, and he just obviously he's clearly drunk, but he knocked it out of the park. I thought.
Yeah, Robin Roberts is who it is.
Okay.
And George Stephanopoulos with Michael Strahan. Yes, he absolutely murdered it because he's just like, you got to bet on yourself, well, hold on. Like you and, like Michael and you, like everybody who's been successful in this life, everybody's been successful. You just bet on yourself. You just bet on yourself and you just find success. That's it. You just bet on yourself. I mean, he was pissed drunk, but I absolutely love it. I loved it. It was electric. Yeah, that was. I saw that this morning. I totally forgot to say something about that or write something down. Glad we sided with Quinnipiac. That was a lean of mine. Lean towards USC minus 5.5. I got UFC on the brain.
So let me bring this to you, partner. I was kind of concocted this during the show. Don't ever like doing any sort of teaser action anywhere outside of the NFL. So I'm not necessarily suggesting this. And, typically this would go against some certain betting practices.
Yeah.
I own a -7. I think they cover that, but I don't love that number. I do think they get that win. Pair that with USC also to win. -7 seems a little bit steep, but I do think they beat Stanford.
Because I'd buy like the 5 and get it down to 2 and get it down to a half where USC just has to win. And yeah, I don't understand. Like, I know everybody says you're not supposed to tease college basketball and you shouldn't just the value you get and this and that, but I just I don't think so. I don't know why, but
I think there's certain exceptions that you can. I think this spot, both teams to win, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, because, I mean, it's a lot more volatile than NFL. Points are a lot, 6 points mean a lot more in football than they do in basketball. It's kind of as far as a value perspective, so I get it. But I think there's certain exceptions where you can find some value in college basketball taking it. So that would be my suggestion for the day as far as doing or having an exception in that rule.
Yeah, I like where your head's at there, kind of looking at those lines. But then again, you take those down, and then those teams lose outright.
Exactly. So
what the hell?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Liked Eastern Kentucky, but staying away from them. Rutgers +3. They got to cover and win a game on the road before I can back them at any point, shape, or fashion. James Madison, the Dukes, opened up at 3.5, up to 4.5 point favorites last time I looked. Northeastern 8-2 against the number the last 10 meetings with the James Madison Dukes. However, all of those were them as favorites. Now they opened as 3.5 point dogs and climbing. You know how much of a homer I am for the Dukes. I couldn't get all the way in the boat for it, but
up to 6. You said it was at 3.5.
Wow, yeah, it opened at 3.5. Holy shit! Shit! They're about to beat the popsicles off of them. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe freaking I don't know what to believe anymore because I watched a number balloon by 1.5 yesterday, and that team almost lost. So I don't really know.
What were your thoughts on Ole Miss and Texas A&M? I was interested in A&M, but.
If I'm going anywhere, laying it or not playing it, I'm going Texas A&M. They've just been really solid on their home hardwood. It's just what it comes down to me. And I mean, opened at 4, up to 4.5, kind of respecting some of the early money play. So I like it, man. I'm all over it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play it, but that would be my one final lean, I think, here for college basketball. I don't really have too much else as far as everything else. Let's see. Western Michigan getting 14. I mean, no, thank you. You talk about Maction, but Western Michigan, just no, thank you. Pitt,
thanks.
Syracuse, When I'm not trying to lay the 10 points. I think Syracuse takes care of business. Not interested in laying the 10. If I'm betting against Syracuse, it's teams that I know for a fact can and at a high volume shoot the 3. And Pitt is like outside of the top 300 and threes made, like 280 something in 3-point percentage. So, but then you look back. I mean, Syracuse is the same defensive team, or at least style every year, and Pitt's taking care of the last 2 meetings. So I really don't know. That's why I'm staying away. Otherwise, I might have sided with the old orange at home there.
Bro, I don't know what means what. Like, I'm looking at some of these, listening to you and looking at some of these lines. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. We'll see what shakes out today. College basketball is really damn interesting right now. I will tell you that. I will tell you that, to say the least. And then the one thing too, it's honestly a little. I didn't realize that the Friars were that high ranked. I thought they had fallen out of the rankings, but they're still 23rd. So that kind of plays into our fucking classic setup spot. But I think the Friars can overcome that.
The last 5 games the Friars have had, like, to help you out there, they've just had weird line action. I mean, they obviously lost to Marquette, but even some of the ones they lost, I mean, we bet against them despite how much we love them, and they still took care of business against St. John's, and that was a good game. So I don't think you have to worry about that too much, because you're right, that's kind of why I stayed away from it, but they've just been, for whatever reason, they've just had the weirdest line settings and movement the last 5 games, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you. The one other one too, I keep going back to the Toledo and the Miami Ohio game. I really think Toledo gets this done. And what I'm looking at the line movement right now too, and it looks like what happened is everybody woke up this morning and was like, what fucking games? I don't know this team. I don't know this team. I don't know. Oh, Maction, fuck Toledo and Miami Ohio. Oh shit, why is the home team a dog? Holy shit, and murdered it, and it flipped Miami to a favorite, and then the Sharp said, whoa, you goofy fucks, what the hell are you doing? And destroyed the line, made the books have to flip it, and they were like, okay, we need to get some more money back on, and the public's coming in, and now they fucking flipped it back to a favorite. It's fucking flown all over the place. I think Toledo takes care of business just regardless of whatever the fuck happens.
But to help you out, once again, like you and I have talked about in some of these low, whether it's mid-major games or low-major games, if you have something you trust, a lot of this stuff doesn't mean a damn thing, especially at this point, man.
That's the only. I just looked at every single one, and every single one I have no sweat other than that Toledo one, and it's only because you gave me pause on it. I'm going back and pausing on it and seeing the movement. But again, these low, who knows what. Again, that could be the one that I'm sitting here sweating the most at the end of the show, and they fucking win by 20 points, and I'm not even thinking about it. Right. Like, it's college basketball right now. You got to be really tentative, and we're doing our due diligence. We're working hard for you. We promise. We know how much of a fucking just ocean it is to look at a college basketball slate and just, holy cow, where do I even start? So. Right. I know you guys trust us. You look for our plays. You look for our college basketball advice, and we hate when we give you losers in that. So we are trying to figure out what all this nonsense means, what line movement is real, what isn't, because it's almost as if the books are starting to understand that more people are understanding reverse line movement, closing line value, all this shit. So they're setting up fake line movement when they know, like, this doesn't even matter. And at the end of the day, a betting line is not a predictor. We talked about this tomorrow. We talked about tomorrow's show, Wise Words, our guest of the day. A sports betting line is not a predictor. Vegas is not saying, for instance, with my Toledo pick, oh, damn, this even makes me like, now this starts to make me like Toledo more that I think about it in this perspective. They're not saying, oh, we think Toledo loses this game, we need to make this an underdog spot. What they are saying is, we're making Toledo an underdog because we think it minimizes our risk enough with this number that enough people will bet on Miami to balance out our wins and losses. Or, in essence, do that on enough games across any given slate that we can utilize our winnings as a book to pay out the winnings of the players. basically how fucking sports books work and how they get to become big and huge and fucking wild because people dropped $50 million bags on Alabama Moneyline last night when I sat here as an Alabama fan and told you not to fucking take them, but you did it anyway. I digress, is what it is, but just a little peel behind the curtain of what we're trying to do for you guys and what this whole industry is, in essence.
And trying to figure out what's, when it is time to back that reverse line movement or not. And, as far as that one specifically, a lot of the ones, like if I had one where I think it's a trap, it's because I can still find reasons why the team that I think is going to cover, even if it looks fishy, is going to cover. And in your case, I can't find a single damn reason, one single one, why Miami, Ohio should beat
And
Toledo,
sometimes I'm like, the defense, their defense is a little bit better. And it's like, no, they're not even fucking close. Holy shit, the offenses, I don't know, man.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see.
Obviously see. But.
We'll see. So there you go. I'm still sticking to it. I'm putting it out in the world. I'm getting right on this beautiful Tuesday at bet. 6-0 straight up, clean sweep, broom out of the closet, ready to fucking go. 5-0 clean sweep for your side of the board, partner. Okay. Leans, rabbit holes, RMags Sidebar. Nonsense, Colts, Bears, soapbox, which we're not going to talk about for a while because we just need to figure out coaching situation and then I'll give my thoughts and opinions from there. Let's actually figure out GM situation first and then go back to the coach. How's that sound? Okay, last box to check here, second half of the show before wrapping it up with some motivation minutes. TTL announcements. Shout out to Jeff Dawson of East Coast Sports Investors. You can follow him at EC Sports Invest on Twitter. Got some irons in the fire with our guy. Got some stuff cooking up. You might hear some announcements from us soon. But I'm going back on his show on Thursday, dishing out some insights, talking some nonsense before we go live for our show here. So 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will be live on his show. Mags might be going back on Friday. I know he had some stuff we were talking about. He had some stuff going on this week. Some weird nonsense, and he wanted to get me on for some redemption because I went so bad for the first show. So we're going to talk about that. I'm actually going to touch base with him today. We'll go back and forth on that, see when we're all going back on there. But we got some updates coming in that department. Outside of that, be on the lookout for Wise Words tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time drop on the YouTube, and then every other major podcast directory it'll release as soon as it drops there as well. Make sure if you are watching on YouTube now, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the drop of Season 2, Episode number 6 of the Wise Words Pod. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast directory, you can go to this episode's description, check out the link tree in the description, and you'll see the Wise Words Pod on your favorite podcast directory. You can just click on it there, and it'll take you right to it. So super easy. In this episode's description, the Talking the Line link tree, all of our content, our social media platforms, podcast, videos, shows, everything all in between, it is all there. Or you can also visit talkingtheline.com. Outside of that, UFC back this weekend, just called USC UFC. I got it so much on the brain. I'm about to dive in this afternoon into the evening, late evening, into some lines. Doing a couple different things. I want to knock it out of the park, as I always do, bringing it back to you guys for the first week, kicking off the new year, new card, new year, same UFC, same me, cashing 8-sided circle tickets, baby. I can't wait. So we'll be back in action. That'll drop Saturday morning. Mags, no extra cheddar this week because his pack isn't in action, but he'll still be rocking and rolling all the way through the playoffs. And then as soon as NFL's over, we'll be switching gears. We'll have some new blogs, new stuff coming out as well. Outside of that, partner, anything I missed? Anything we need to dish out, make sure the kind folks out there know about before we wrap it up with some motivation minutes?
I don't think so, man. I have not seen any late breaking news or anything like that. So send it on home for us.
Alrighty. Well, last segment of the day then. My motivation minutes. All right. Well, this one's short and sweet, my friends. I was kind of at a loss for where to kind of go today, and a previous John Wooden quote that I've already done this year kind of popped into my head, and it was, if you don't have the time to do it right, when will you have the time to do it over? And all that kept popping into my head was the thought of take the extra second. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, is taking the extra second. And that can be with little things and that can be with big things, but most importantly, it starts with the little things. And that can be, you got a Brita filter and you just filled up your water cup, and it's a quarter of the way full, and you look at it and you say, I'll get it the next time I fill that sumbitch up. You just throw it back in the fridge, and away you go about your business. You come back to that sumbitch 2-3 hours later, you go, motherfucker, I wish I would have filled that up. It would have been full. Take the extra second next time. You just finished dinner. You got a bowl full of some fucking pasta. Big old red sauce in that motherfucker. You say, I'm going to let this bad boy soak for a little while, whatever. I drop it in there. I get it done this evening once I relax for a little bit, let these carbohydrates tick down. Well, them carbohydrates ticking down turns into a nap, turns into you falling asleep till 2 a.m. on the couch, turns into you waking up late the next morning, turns into you seeing those dishes sitting in the sink at 4 p.m. the next fucking day. Take the extra second next time just to get it done after you get done eating those carbohydrates. Don't take the extra second. Maybe stand up, work those carbohydrates down instead of just sitting on you. Any little thing like that you can think about. And it starts there. It starts with that discipline of, because I get it too. I get it too, and I have to battle it every single time. But it is possible, and it just takes being disciplined. When it comes to those little moments, that little guy in the back of your head that says, I get this shit done later. I got this I got to do. I want to relax for a minute before I get into something else. I don't want to waste the energy that I have. Forget that. You'll sleep when you're dead. Get it done now. Take the extra second. Tell that little guy that you're going to take the extra second. If you have to stand in the spot that you are standing in right there at that moment when you're saying, I ain't doing it, and say, take the extra second, take the extra second, take the extra second, take the extra second, until you finally decide to take the extra second, then so be it. But take the extra second in your life, and then in turn, watch it translate into the big things, the things that actually matter. You chasing after your dreams, goals, and passions, instead of, I could reach out to 2 more people today, but I don't want to type an extra email. I'll get to those tomorrow. And then before you know it, you got 5 emails to send. And then the next day, holy shit, I can't really get to those. I got other shit that came up. Next day, we got 7 emails to send. And holy shit, takes the extra second. Before you know it, maybe if you took the extra second to just send those messages and those emails, they would have got back to you right away, or whatever the case might be. Something even larger, grander scale, because you implemented it at the small scale level. If you ever have an opportunity or a time where you're thinking, I'll just take it easy today, or I'll take a break here, or whatever the case might be, you'll think, nope, we got to do it on the small scale, we got to do it on the big scale. Take the extra second. And as always, shout out John Wooden. I know it's not a John Wooden Monday or Friday, but if you don't have the time to do it right, when will you have the time to do it over? The answer is never at all, my friend. There's two chances you got in that scenario, and they are slim and none. And those are not chances that I like to mess around with. Shout out the legendary Lee Corso. But outside of that, my friends, not a whole lot. Take the extra second. Take the extra second to even be kind. Hold the door open for the little old lady that's struggling walking in behind you. You're rushing like a motherfucker because you're late on your lunch break trying to get back. Take the extra second. Take the extra second. Say to yourself all day long, take the extra second, and you will be surprised how much more fulfilled you feel in your life if you just take the extra second with everything you do. Stop cutting corners. Take the extra second. And that does it for my motivation minutes of the day.
Fantastic stuff, my dude. Absolutely fantastic. I have a lot of these things. The only one that, so your point stands 100%. The only one that I personally push back on because I love me some ice cold water is the old Brita filter one, because I don't like that room temperature water. You over there in your Bayside apartment gets a nice, it's cold water coming out your faucet. I don't have that same. I like my water as cold as humanly possible, so I don't mind if my Brita filter gets down to a quarter full, because I like to keep that water as ice cold as possible. And if I fill it all the way up and I drink a lot of water, then I don't have that ice cold water unless I have ice, which
they ain't got ice cube trays around your facilities.
I prefer your own question. I kind of poke holes in that, I guess, but point stands.
Partner justification and rationalization will only get you so far in this life, but whatever gets you through,
it truly is fantastic.
Whatever gets you through to your day-to-days, my friend.
But truly, like, of all the things that you, on our motivation minutes, of all the things that I appreciate the most as far as picking up into my life, this is the one I would say that I needed the most as far as, because, like, I would have, like, the last year I start drinking a lot more coffee and I need it in the mornings now. If I don't have that shit ready the night before, that is a rough start to my morning. And for whatever reason, the two simple things of filling up a pot of water in the morning and putting those grounds in there is just the biggest mountain to climb at 6 a.m. I don't know why. But so if I do it the night before, it's so damn easy.
That have that same feeling out there in the morning when you're making your coffee, motherfucker, shit there, you're spilling water or whatever. Instead of sitting down on the couch and just oozing away, maybe falling asleep, get up. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I promise you, it is only going to take you 2 minutes. It might feel like it's going to take you 30, but I promise it ain't. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for you to put those coffee grounds in that filter and fill that sumbitch up with water, and all you got to do, roll out of bed in the morning, is hit a button. I promise you, present you will be so happy with past you, it is not even funny. I got stuff going on above me. I don't know what the fuck's going on if you're hearing shit. Either way.
I got sirens out here on my side. That's
hey, well, hey, it's the purge, man. We got shit going on all over the place. Either way, hope you're okay on your side. Hope I don't die on my side. Outside of that, everything looks to be good. Speaking of on my side, episode number 199 of the TTL Pod. Anything else you got to lay out, banter about? That does it officially. My motivation minutes before I get us out of here for today.
No, sir. That's all I got. Take us home.
Excuse me. Thank you very much. I certainly will. Well, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide, for myself and Mags, thank you so much for choosing to stop by episode number 199 of the TTL Pod on this gorgeous Tuesday of bets, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar for the final time, January the 11th, 2022. Didn't fuck it up that time. Now we're all on the same page. Finally got the coffee flowing, got through a full episode. We're good to rock and roll. Make sure you get all of today's best bets, everything hammered in, everything in between, so you can bankrupt every book on the market right alongside with us. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts for all of your likes, your follows, your shares, your subscribes, your notification bell smashes, the retweets, everything all in between. Each and every one of you that do it, we see you, and we cannot tell you how much we thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of our hearts. It only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better, and helps two goofy guys keep chasing and realizing their dream and passion every single day. So because of you guys, we get to do that. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. We hope you have a spectacular rest of your Tuesday, unless you have any other plans. Once again, be sure to get all of today's best bets of the day hammered in so you can stay with us right at the end of every single show. Hey, partner, let's cash some tickets.